Welcome to Group 3's Synchronous presentation. Part 2, Negative Aspects of Using Second Life in Education. Negative features of using Second Life in an educational environment. Negatives are: costs for development and maintenance are high. During the early development of Second Life, educational institutions and not-for-profit organizations were offered a 50% discount in fees. This discount was recently discontinued. There is a great investment of time needed for the development of Second Life courses, both by the designers and the facilitators. This usually results in the access to these sites becoming restricted. This is due to the need of the institution to recoup cost and protect their intellectual property. Second Life requires its own computer language when developing objects, avatars, and buildings. If the institution uses their own in-house development team, they must be careful that there is more than one person who knows the system. There is also a steep learning curve for students and educators in learning how to navigate Second Life. There is also a higher infrastructure and support requirements when developing a learning environment in Second Life. This may result in the hiring of a third-party expert and possibly using off-site computer facilities. This all requires a greater financial commitment and technical support by the institution. There may be technical restrictions for both student and staff caused by an increase in bandwidth requirements and imposed security firewall restrictions imposed by the IT department. There is also the possibility of students being exposed to distractions, bullying, and subsequent inappropriate use of Second Life, such as visiting an X-rated site. This results in institutions putting access restrictions which allow access only to their own students and staff. Limitations imposed on the course facilitators. Second Life course facilitator skills requirements are: Second Life course facilitators must have the ability and skill to provide professional evaluation of the students' learning achievements. They must be able to facilitate peer-to-peer and student-to-teacher interactions within Second Life. They must have developed the skill to diffuse any possible group conflicts. They must have sufficient knowledge of the real-life experience being mimicked in Second Life to facilitate learning and to aid in the development and improvement of real-life simulations. They must have developed a pre-briefing and debriefing strategy for student learning in Second Life. The facilitator must have the skill required to provide clues and cues to aid the student in learning during simulation. They must also be able to provide coaching on the operation and interactions of particular instruments or objects during the simulation. They may also be required to participate or facilitate play role scenarios within Second Life themselves. Problems faced by the student using Second Life. Negative issues in Second Life for students. Number 1, rudeness and distraction. If the educational site has open access, there is a potential for the development of tensions between courses enrolled students versus the passerby. These transient Second Life users may potentially become disruptive and distracting. This distraction could include exhibiting rude behavior during a lecture, resulting in the presenter stopping their educational. 2. Limitations in the quality of interaction. Conflicts within groups may develop due to self-selection or disruptive interactions among students. Individuals could experience limited socialization due to their appearance, ethnicity, and/or perceived cultural heritage. 3. Lack of trust in peer feedback. Due to the nature of online learning, there is a limited opportunity for interaction with all members of the class. This may result in limited opportunities to build relationships and trust. Positive student interaction contributes to more openness and communications, resulting in true peer feedback opportunities. 4. Evaluation of the group online or virtual teams. Uncertainty of the ownership and the resulting assessment of the group's work could lead to a conflict. To address this issue of group contribution and the overall issue of group assessment, the educator needs to establish norms and protocols for course collaboration. They should provide multiple avenues of assessment, including self-assessments, peer assessments, group assessments performed by the educator. 5. Accessing inappropriate sites and content. Students may potentially use their access to social software applications to create inappropriate content or engage in devious behavior. Educational institutions therefore need to consider development of clear policies and credible consequences for breaching these rules. Example of cost incurred by Athabasca University in developing their Second Life site. Athabasca University began to develop a plan in March of 2007 to develop their own island in Second Life. Representation on this development team came from a variety of departments and centers. These included individuals from psychology, Center for Distance Education, School of Business, Educational Media Development, Institutional Studies, and from the AU Student Union. All individuals working on the development of the AU Island were volunteers. This reduced the direct development cost, but increased time commitment. In 2008, the School of Business purchased an island, 65,536 meters square in size, for the sum of $980 US. This island is considered to be a small land holding. In 2007, Second Life Linden provided educational nonprofit organizations with a 50% discount on their fees. This educational discount practice was recently discontinued. An additional monthly maintenance fee of $150 US was also required to be paid. Athabasca does not offer classes on its island, but does allow the use of the site by researchers. It is used for virtual convocation, has a usable library, and be used for research, provided that you finance its use through grants. Open educational sites in Second Life. There are over 49 educational sites listed on Second Life Wiki. Of these, I have found only 3 university sites which I would label as being useful. Usable university sites include University of Western Australia, great site for learning how to operate within Second Life. The University of Kentucky, it has a nice display on hillbilly music, libraries with e-books that you can withdraw, professor offices, and other little nooks that you can visit. The third one is the University of Delaware, has a wonderful art gallery and is quite modern. Please visit these sites. This slide deals with references to other educational sites on Second Life. Some of the examples are a virtual chemistry, a site which deals with individuals that have disabilities that are going into Second Life, a physiotherapist and how they deal with individuals with disabilities and physical disabilities and how they can deal with it through Second Life and their avatars, and a website regarding teaching languages. Group 3 would like to thank you. Visit these sites and get back to us regarding how we did.